All righty. Hello, everyone. Very excited for everyone to be here today. We're going to give everyone a couple of minutes to get started, or to sort of filter in, get here. In the meantime, though, I'm going to go ahead and start a poll. Give us a little bit of a, hey, who are you? What should we know? What, who's here today? So I'm going to go ahead and share the poll. And think I should be able to hit launch. Okay. I do know how Teams polls work, I promise. Awesome. And so again, this is just a little bit about you, a little bit about, you know, what you're into, your experience with Kotis. Just want to know more about our audience. We always like to tailor our webinars and things like that to our audience so that we've got, the relevant stuff. In the meantime, happy Thursday. We're all having a good day today.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, Tegan and I just had a fun team activity with Pictionary. Her team won, so
They did.
very thrilling.
Very thrilling.
Oh, where can I see the poll? You should be able in the meeting chat, you should be able to say, I think, click view poll. It should be there. I think am I sharing it? I'm sharing a window. I'm gonna hit stop sharing that. And then you don't see anything in chat. Let me try this again. Can I launch poll? Launch instant poll. Yes. Or wait, no. Oops. Let me close that. That's not it. Okay. Thank you. That instant poll is not it. So that's my bad. We love it. Thank you. Let someone into the lobby just in case. Yep, top of your screen, there's an option for polls. Yes. Thank you very much, Macy. I appreciate it.
Macy coming in clutch. Good job.
Absolutely.
Teams. Woo.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Zoom girl, and I had to learn Teams, and so
I don't know if I know how to do polls on Zoom.
I don't know. They're different, but very similar. Alrighty, I think we've got quite a few responses, so we'll go ahead and let me share my presentation again. Thought it switched up on me. Come on. Thank you. There we go. Alrighty, here we go. Perfect. All right, so this is our tech update webinar, everyone. You may have noticed we already triggered a poll. Tell us a little bit more about you. So again, the questions that we had were, what's your technical proficiency? We like to know this just to know, hey, do we have our experts on the line? Do we have people who are brand new? What's that look like? How long have you been a client? Are you, again, a fresh new face or someone who's been around the block? And finally, what's your favorite type of swag? That one's just for fun because everyone has a different preference and it's fun to know what those are. So
I am nosy, so tell us. Erin, what's your favorite? What do you like the best?
What do I like the best? Now I'm curious. Actually, I know what it's gonna be. I have a blanket that I got. I have a marine layer blanket that I use every day for my lap blanket because I get cold and it's phenomenal. So that's my favorite. What about you, Tegan?
My favorite that I've seen is any sort of like plushy, Like I like any of like the cool custom stuffed animals that we can do. Because I like all those little things. And then I love my Awala just because I'm a Awala stan. I love those. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I
All
don't have a
right.
blanket yet, but maybe I should get one.
Maybe soon. You should. All right. So we've got some answers for our polls. It looks like we've got mostly some more newish people with technical proficiency, a lot of people who've been customers for less than a year or kind of in that range. And then, ooh, I love a good, gave us a little word cloud. So we got like bags, crew necks, shirts, kitchen swag. Ooh, that's a good one. Hawaiian shirts. I love that also. So that's very fun. Very
Fun.
exciting. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for icebreaker time. Now it's actually time for the tech update webinar. So a little bit of introductions, then we'll talk about some recent updates, some general reminders we wanted to keep you guys aware of, and then we have time for Q&A at the end. Now, introductions. My name is Erin O'Boyle. I'm our customer engagement manager, and I am joined today by Tegan Clark. She's one of our tell me your title, Tegan. I'm gonna get it wrong.
You are fine. I'm the platform success manager. So I handle all things tech on the back end, portals, and all of that. Located in Detroit, Michigan, for what it's worth. Go Lions. And hey to any of my other Midwesterners out there and fellow Eastern time zoners like you, Erin. Where are you
That's right.
coming at us from?
I'm in Durham, North Carolina. So yes, very excited. Thank you for joining us. Now, recent updates. Let's go.
Perfect. So wanted to start out and talk about some really cool things that we have introduced with portals, where I'm sure a lot of you live. I know that I spend a lot of time in there. Something that we've gotten a lot of requests for that we have recently implemented is really being able to organize the order of your listings as they show up in the portals. You can reach out to your platform success manager. They can organize it by date added, name, or by price, anything like that. And then something else really cool is being able to highlight one item. You can simply make sure for one to appear first. There's just a checkbox you pick and it says move to top of category. So you check that box and whatever item you want to feature, whether it's something that you're wanting to get rid of a lot of, or something really cool that you want to highlight on your portal. That's a great way to do that.
All
And
right.
then, yeah, with holidays coming up, I just wanted to touch on using gift cards at checkout. I think we have a visual. Oh, there it is. We have a visual of this. You can use multiple gift cards, which I think is great. So you can use as many of those. As you can see there down under where it says gift card / discount code, you can ask us to help you generate those gift card codes for you, or I can walk you through that in the back end. You can simply ask your platform success manager how to do that process.
Right.
Oh,
And then next, I think
screen share time.
Screen share time.
Yeah, so I can do that, I think.
Should be able to.
Yeah.
This is, I think, a feature both of us are really, really thrilled about. It's something that when we see it implemented, it's really, really exciting. But it's portal grouping, which for people who have lots and lots of portals, you're going to love this.
You are. Okay, perfect. Let me grab this. Share. Oh, disco balls.
Right.
All right, cool. So something that we wanted to highlight here is portal groupings. If you have different organizations within your company who are accessing the back end, all of the different portals, sometimes it is a lot to scroll all through the different lists that you might have all of those different portals, say just for HR to send out like a new hire kit or something like that. Well, something you can do now that we recently implemented is portal groupings. So these are minimized, but you can maximize them here. So they're all grouped into their whether these are for teams. This one is for retail stores, so that's where the retail stores live. And then any employee rewards, anything like that, you can name them whatever you want. I believe here is what those look like. Manage portal groups. So to get here, you click on program settings, which I did already, and then there is a section that says manage portal groups. Right now, all of our portals are put into different groups, but I will show you what that looks like when they are not. So I'll click on edit and say I want to remove one. Maybe there's been some changes. You want to switch out this holiday gift portal for something else. You can simply click remove that. It will always doubly make sure you want to remove this. You can click OK. Say there's something new, we want to add something back in there. For all intents and purposes, this is a different portal. So you can just simply click on this drop down and all of your portals that are not within a portal group will show up in this drop down here. So we'll click on holiday gift, add portals to group, and there it is. You can see all of your portal groups back here. So we just wanted to make sure to highlight that I think portals make things really easy in the first hand, but then this makes it a lot easier to just stay organized, make sure that you are operating out of the portals that you want to, and then it will save you guys a lot of time. Anytime that I can clear up clicks, this is the best way to do that. So that is portal groups, and I will pass it back to Erin for some other screen sharing.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Let me make sure I'm on the right.
And now I think we're going to talk about user management.
Yes, exactly.
It's awesome.
Should be. Oh, it switched me back to the beginning. That's fine. All right.
That's okay.
So user management, obviously this is all a lot of backend stuff for our program admins. In this case with user management, we've added some features for adding and removing users just to make it a little bit easier. So first, for user invitations, the process has been improved a little bit if you haven't already seen that. But when they get the email and they need to create their account, if they try and log in or there's something that they run into an issue, they'll actually get a notice that's like, you need to verify your account first. Or they'll give more information on like a summary page once they actually get into the platform to get started and do things like that. The other thing that's really great is if you're removing users, so you're doing sort of that admin management of saying like this person shouldn't be managing this portal anymore, they've moved to a different department, they're doing something different or whatever that might be. We have a much more clear messaging on this that basically says, hey, you have successfully removed this person. So it's a little bit easier for you, the person who's kind of on the back end, to know, yes, I have successfully removed this person. So it's small changes, but they're ones that we hope will sort of ease your process and ease your day-to-day experience when you're doing some of that user management. All right. Next, we wanted to talk a little bit about some FYIs for international shipping. This has been coming up lately, and we think it's just useful information to have. And Tegan, I'll give this to you.
Yeah, for sure. Like Erin said, this has been coming up a lot with international shipping with the holidays coming up, which is a phrase that I am not quite ready to say. Holidays are coming up, so I just wanted to point out a couple of sort of FYIs for hazmat items. This might be things that you already know, but just to kind of reiterate, due to the risk, we have a very limited number of items that we will ship that are hazmat internationally. Even if a carrier or vendor says it's fine, we will not ship those just out of safety precautions. We are, however, able to send 2 of the following hazmat designations internationally. The numbers here, UN 3481 and then 3091. But there are quantity exceptions there, and that is 2 items per shipment. But there is a bit of a caveat there. So they can either be 2 of the 3481 or 1 of 3481 and 1 of 3091. I know that's a mouthful. We can't ship more than 1 of 91 or more than 2 of 81 or other types of hazmat items. Now, I think, Erin, do we have a screenshot of where you can
Yes.
see? Okay, cool. So you can see the numbers on the back end when you're looking at that specific item. For example, I think this is maybe a lithium battery. So somebody could ship 2 of these in the same package, but we cannot bulk ship hazmat items internationally. So if the number isn't either of the ones that we mentioned, 3481 or 3091, we won't be able to ship those if it's considered hazardous. We won't be able to ship those internationally. Again, too, just for like a hazmat reminder, alcohol, lighters with flammable liquids, hand sanitizer, things like that are not allowed. Our system will block any hazmat items for being shipped internationally, but if there is any questions that you have, feel free to reach out to your PSM or your creative project manager for clarification on that, because I know sometimes it can get confusing. If you aren't sure, always feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to look into that for you. So that is that on hazmat. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. I'm also going to send along a article that has this kind of all spelled out if you have additional questions on hazmat and shipping internationally.
Yeah. Also, just in the general international shipping, we also, if you haven't seen already, we added a phone number country code selector so that when you do have to put a phone number in, it'll automatically pull that up. And then we've also improved some of the confirmation emails when you do place those international orders. Those have more guidance now about whether it's with duties paid or duties unpaid. So the people who are getting those confirmation emails should be given more information about, do they have to pay tariffs or taxes and duties and things like that, or are they expecting that to be paid ahead of time? So that should be included in those emails, and it should make things a little bit easier. Speaking of, Katie had a really good question, which kind of leads us into our Q&A a little bit, but it's,
Segue.
do we have any updates on possible tariffs with the US? So with that being in mind, Kotis, we work with a lot of different brands, we work with a lot of different products, and right now we're not really too worried about that. We've got a lot of different suppliers with a lot of different areas. We're pretty confident where things are. There's not anything specific that we really need to be communicating at this point because we're kind of going with things. I don't know, Tegan or Adler, did you want to add anything to that?
I don't think so. I think everything that you said is right on with where we are right now. Any updates, if there's ever any like changes in the situation, you will hear from us. If there's more details or more information that you're looking for, reach out to your PSM. They can help you, or you can try to email our customer service as well.
All righty. And now we're officially at the Q&A. We wanted to have a little bit fun. It's about to be fall. We're excited. And we do have a few other questions, which I'm excited about. Chris actually asked, is there a 101 intro guide that outlines all features, defines things like inviting users? Is this for admin purposes, limit on different hazmat items? So we have a few different resources on our forum B. That's basically where all of our resource articles are. And we're going to include some of those when I send a follow-up email about this, but also that's the number one place to go to get a lot of your questions answered, and then follow up with your PSM. Anything else from you, Tegan, on 101 guides?
You nailed it. Forum B is where it's at.
All right. And then Daniela has asked, where is the best place to send feedback on the platform for future developments? Do you want to grab that, Tegan?
Great question. Erin, I'm not 100% sure where
No,
the
that's
best
fine.
place is, but please
Your
always tell me
PSM.
because I'm nosy.
Yes, so that's exactly what it is if you have feedback, if there's something you are interested in seeing changed or updated, or there's a specific thing that you think would make your life a lot easier, then go ahead and reach out to your PSM, reach out to your CPM. We take that feedback very seriously. I actually had the chance recently to pass along a question from a client to our product team. And I said, like, hey, here's this thing that they're looking for. Is this something we currently have? I don't know. And we had a bit of back and forth, and the product team said, there is a workaround, but we're actually adding this to the roadmap because we think it's really important. So if you do have requests, questions, things along of that line, please just let us know. We love to hear from you because we do want to be improving things.
Yeah, your feedback does get seen. We have an escalation process internally, so it will get seen by the correct parties. And Erin, success story, getting your stuff on the roadmap. Good
Yeah,
job.
it's very thrilling.
It is very thrilling.
All right. Daniela spoke too soon. Two more things. Moving SKUs around show in production when it's not in production, and incoming inventory is not very telling. I need to cross-reference emails to track order number rather than seeing more information on the incoming inventory. Okay, so are these the two developments? It looks like that you're looking for sort of better language, better stuff about that. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think really helpful. That's something that this is also one of the reasons why I like to do tech updates, because when you tell us things like, hey, here's something that would be more helpful for me, this is something I then get to report back to our product team and say, hey, can you help us with this? Is there a way to improve that? So thank you for that. We'll be sure to pass that along to the product team and say, here's something that would be a little bit more helpful with that. What the ETA of items is in production. Yeah, I know that's pretty difficult. Tegan, I don't know if you can speak to that a little bit more. I'm not as much on the production side of things.
No, I mean, it is sometimes difficult to know the exact ETA of that. There's typically like a range. The best person would be your creative project manager. They are the ones that deal really closely with that process. So they might have more of an insight into that.
Alrighty.
And then Erin, just really quickly, I actually had a question that's been coming up
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I put it in
Yes.
here. Just with the end of the quarter mere days away, where can I see my quarterly spend has been coming up quite a bit. And then that is really easy to find. You just go into the back end, click on reports, and then scroll down there to the second section where it says fulfillment billing. He's highlighted it there. You can change the date range to whatever you need that to be, and then view that. So that is just a way to kind of keep track of where you are. If you haven't heard it from us, that's just a way to spot check. Yes, exactly,
Nice.
Katie. Hear you. That is why it is there. So you can go ahead and check that with your accounting, budgeting, getting all of that lined up for the next quarter and then the next year. Cool. So yeah, that's just something that I've seen coming up quite a bit with it being the end of the quarter and now the end of the year. So I wanted to call that out, so you don't have to wait for us to answer. If you ask, you can just check it out yourself in the back end. So I think that that's a really useful tool. But that is the only call out that I had. I don't know if there are any other lingering, burning questions in the chat before we wrap up.
Right. I don't see any other questions. If anyone does, we will absolutely take them. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining us. Again, we wanted to do these webinars, one, so that you know, hey, here's the features that we think are most important for our customers, the ones that we know are requested or really relevant to your day-to-day use case. Alongside that, if there's anything about this webinar that you want to see different or you want more information, anything along those lines, we love feedback. We love hearing from you. So always feel free to share what you'd like to hear more from us about. And we did get a couple of questions. So
Under
we've
the
got
wire.
under the wire. I love it. Is it possible to unmask some of the information in the reports, i.e. the names of the people ordering? No. So that's a lot of like data privacy and security and things like that. So that's a thing where we don't do that because we specifically want to make sure that we're very, very compliant and we're not misusing people's information and data. So when they're censored like that, we're not going to uncensor that. And then, is there a way for shipping labels to be able to print in different languages, i.e., Japanese characters?
I'm not sure.
I think I don't know that, but I think if you put the Japanese characters in for like the recipient, that should like if you did
It
like a
should print what's
as part of
there.
it should print what's there.
But
Chinese as well.
I can double check on that for
Mhm.
you, just to be sure. So we'll include that in the recap email too, because I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure, and I like to be in the know. So we'll find out.
yeah. Oh, they just print question marks for the characters. This is good. This is actually really good
Good
feedback.
intel.
Thank you for letting us know. Thank you. We'll pass that along. Is there a way to be notified when we return an event kit so that when we check back into, oh, and it gets checked back into inventory so we know how much merch is actually left? Do you know this, Tegan?
Yeah, so it should be your count should update on the back end. You should see that if you know how many that were sent to the event. If we sent 100 stress balls, you should see when they're checked back in if there's 40 left.
Okay. And so it's mostly just the inventory will come back in and there is a little bit of comparison that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very cool. Claire, you want to learn more about event kits? We'll make sure that either your PSM or your CPM or everybody knows that you want to know a little bit more. I think it's actually really cool. We do a lot of trade show stuff. We actually include everything you need to send stuff back. So definitely some opportunities there for you all to make more use of Kotis in ways that are really fun. All right.
Cool.
Thank you again, everyone. I
Thanks.
think that may be it. You love them, Codis is best. Oh, thank you, everyone. It's so great. It's so lovely. Again, if there's anything else you want to see from us or you have other questions, please feel free to reach out. We're glad that we were able to do this, and we hope to be seeing you about once a quarter for this. We might schedule it for January instead of December just because the holidays are always really busy, but be on the lookout for more tech updates both in email format and in webinar format.
All right. Thanks, team.
Goodbye.